Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showerer of the nectar like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 15th Adhyaya of Purushottama Yoga, the yoga of Supreme Self, and Sri Krishna has very categorically told us what lies ahead for us, having cut the ties with this Prakriti, having freed from the clutches of this the Ashwatha tree as such. Well, how we start our journey on that one-way destination, the point of no return. And Sri Krishna says, my destination is so wonderful. My supreme abode is so wonderful. You don't need any external lighting to illumine that place. That place is self-luminous. That place doesn't need any sun or moon or fire as the sources of light. It is so very self-luminous. And having reached that place, the aspirant doesn't have to come back again. And Sri Krishna says, Tat dhama paramama, that is what my supreme abode is. And Natad bhasayate suryo nashanko na pavakaha yadgatva na nivartante tad dhama paramama. Come, my child, come to my supreme abode, come to my final place, come to your final resting place, not to come back again, because that place is so luminous. That place is so rich. That place is full of knowledge and existence and peace and bliss. You don't need any external stimuli or sources for those kind of things at my place. So that was Sri Krishna telling us that yes, this is what the Jivatmans, they are heading towards Paramatman, and that's how they'll end up, at my palace. So having told that, now Sri Krishna says, don't think it is extremely difficult. Not at all. He says, you're all part of me after all. After all, you're all part of me just because of something. Just because of some kind of play of this Paramapurusha, play of me, you have become the Jivatmans, and you are thinking you are so and so, you are so and so. That is not the case. You are just part of me. And this is what now Sri Krishna is telling us in this 7th shloka. Is this Jivatman so very distant from the Paramatman? Sri Krishna says, no way. The Jivatman is not at all alien to Paramatman. You are very much, this place is your own. It is just that you have lost the way and you have gone somewhere else. Come to your own place. Come to me. Come to this supreme abode of mine, which is nothing but your abode too. And Sri Krishna says, mamaivāṃśo jīvaloke jīvabhūtaḥ sanātanaḥ manaḥṣaṣṭhānīndriyāṇi prakṛtisthāni karṣati. Prakṛtisthāni karṣati. They are drawn to the Prakriti. Who? This jīvabhūtaḥ, this Jivatman. The Jivatman are drawn to the Prakriti, but they are my own parts. Mama eva anshaha. They are my portions only. They are my parts only. All these jivas that you find in this creation, they are no different. Mama eva anshaha jīvaloke jīvabhūtaḥ sanātanaḥ. Sanātanaḥ is all for all these ages. That for all these eternally these individual beings living in this creation, in this jīvaloke, in this loka of the beings, they are all my part. See how boldly Sri Krishna is telling, we are no way alien to that Paramatman, that Paramapurusha, that Parabrahman, that Lord. We are very much part and parcel. He says, Mama eva ansha. You are part and parcel of me. All these jīvabhūtaḥ, all these beings, all these creatures in this creation, they are all part of me. And it is not today or yesterday. Eternally it is like that. Right from the beginning, when this creation came into existence, everything is part and parcel of me. All these beings are part and parcel of me. manaḥṣaṣṭhānīndriyāṇi. Now, why they have got deluded? If that is the case, if all these beings are part and parcel of that great Almighty Lord, then why this confusion? Why this delusion? Why this dream? And that now Sri Krishna is telling us why we are deluded, that we are away from the Lord, that we are not part of the Lord. Sri Krishna says, manaḥṣaṣṭhānīndriyāṇi. The five senses, the five senses that the Prakriti has given to the beings. Five senses, and the sixth one, the most terrible one, the sixth one, the mind. The mind can be friend, can be foe. Mind can turn any way. So Sri Krishna says, with these five indriyas and the sixth indriya as the mind, manaḥṣaṣṭhānīndriyāṇi prakṛtisthāni karṣati. It gets attracted. It gets drawn towards the Prakriti, thinking, I'm apart from the Lord. I am me. That egotism, that sense of me and mine just springs up because of the six senses and the mind. So that is the entire reason for our feeling that we are different from the Lord, that we are so distant from the Lord. Lord says, no, you are, each and every being in this creation is part and parcel of mine. Don't think you are alien. Don't think you are separate. Don't think you are so very distant from the ultimate reality. An eternal portion of myself, having become the Jiva in the world of Jivas, attracts the senses with the mind as the sixth and starts abiding in Prakriti. Prakṛtisthāni karṣati. Starts drawn towards Prakriti and gets so much firmly fixed, gets so much firmly drawn towards the Prakriti that starts feeling, oh my, everything is here. That the origin, the source, the abode, original abode is all forgotten. And we start feeling, my everything is here in these four walls. This is my world. This is my universe. This is my kingdom. And we start forgetting from where we have come. We start forgetting which is our original source. Shri Krishna says, your source is not different. Just because you get those six senses, for that matter, the five senses and the sixth sense as mind, you start feeling that, oh my God, I'm part of this Prakriti. No way. You are part of me. You are not part of Prakriti. Even Prakriti is part of the Lord. The relationship between the Jivatman and the Paramatman is analogous to the relationship between Akasha in a pot and Akasha outside. Like, this is the example the Vedantists, they always give. The space in a pot and the space outside, is there any difference? when an empty pot also contains some space. Now, is that space different from the space which is outside? No way. It is part and parcel of the space, vast akasha outside. The tiniest space in that vessel, or a small pot, or a small tumbler, or a small cup, that space is no way different from the space that is evolving, that is covering the whole creation. So likewise, they say the two akashas are designated as Ghata Akasha and Maha Akasha. Now, the space which is contained within that small pot, it is termed as Ghata Akasha, the space in the pot. Ghata is pot. Only distinction we can make of the space is space in the pot and space outside. Ghata Akasha, Maha Akasha, but space is space. Now, if we start saying, this is my space, isn't it a foolish claim? Because the space is all universal. The space contained in these four walls. Can I claim this is my space? Okay, walls I can claim. This is my walls I have created. This is my house. But the space inside the house, can I claim this is my space as such? I can only claim the area. Okay, this 10 by 10 feet or 12 by 12 feet or 14 by 14 feet or 20 by 20 feet room is my room. I can claim that area, but the space inside, can I claim that? I cannot. That is the Lord's. That is the part of that Mahakasha. Although we can only term it as a Ghata Akasha. Ghata Akasha. That Akasha is same whether in Ghata, in pot, or outside, or Maha Akasha. There is no distinction. There is no distinction. You take out any portion of the space from this corner, from that room, and the outside. So that is how the Jivatman and the Paramatman, exactly in the same way. Now this Jivatman is contained in this the receptacle. The body is also a pot for that matter. The Jivatman is in this pot. The Jivatman is in this Deha. But that doesn't mean that it is anyway distinct from the Paramatma. Because it is very much part and parcel of the same thing. The former Akasha has a seeming individuality when pot is in existence. It is only till the Deha is there I can claim I am so and so. But is that the real claim by the Jivatman? It is the false claim by the ego. I am so and so. The Jivatman doesn't claim anything. For Jivatman, Paramatman is the only abode. But the moment the space gets contained in the Ghata, in the pot, we feel, oh, that is the space in the pot. Similarly, the moment a Jivatman takes a form, takes a body, we say, oh, that is such and such a person. We don't differentiate the Jivatman from the person for that matter. We attribute that person as the being. But the real being, the indweller inside, is totally different from the one which is there. Because this entire external that pot is going to be crushed someday. That pot is going to go away someday, not the space inside. Actually, Maha Akasha alone is irrespective of the existence or otherwise of the pot. Whether pot remains or not, that space, it is going to remain. That space is not dependent on the pot. Inside the pot. The space inside the pot is not dependent on the pot. If not this pot, tomorrow that pot. So what? And even if pot is not there, then it is nothing but one with the Mahakasha. Even so, the Paramatman alone is the eternal verity, putting on now and then the appearance of the Jivatman. And the Paramatman, the Paramapurusha, likes to enjoy this play. Sometimes in this Ghata, sometimes in that pot, sometimes in this body, sometimes in that body. And when the time comes, then We have to cut asunder this the falsity of the my body. We have to cut asunder. We have to give it up using the sword of non-attachment, and then get free and become one with the Lord. Because of his identification with the Prakriti, the Jivatman is termed as Karta, the agent, the Bhogi, as the enjoyer. The Jivatman is not, neither Jivatman is doing anything, nor is enjoying anything. The Jivatman is coolly sitting there in this, and with the false ego, we start feeling, I am doing this, I am enjoying this. And this is because of what Sri Krishna has told, because of the senses and the mind as the sixth sense. All these six culprits, they create this kind of pseudo realization. I am so and so, I am doing this, I am enjoying this. When these limiting adjuncts are eliminated, the limiting adjuncts of me and mine, the senses and the mind, they are eliminated, then there is nothing but the Atman in its original state. Then that pot is broken. Once that pot is broken, where is the space in that pot then? Pot is gone. Then there is only the Mahakasha. As the Jivatman, he seems to be a part of the Paramatman. But when the Jiva goes, when the Jivahood goes, when this body goes, the Jivatman becomes one with the Paramatman. This is what Sri Krishna is telling, that once you get onto that journey of non-return, once you get on that journey of the illumination, the enlightenment, the ultimate realization, you don't come back and you become one with me. And once you are there with me, you don't have to come back again. What Sri Ramakrishna says about this Jivatman and the Paramatman. The real nature of the Jivatman is Satchitananda. That is the real nature. That is the real nature of the Paramatman. Paramatman, the Parabrahman, is also termed as Satchitananda. The existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute. There is no adulteration. There is no dilution. There is no transformation in that Satchitananda, in that existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute. Because there is no beginning, there is no end. It is a continuous flow like that, the flow of oil, straight into it. Beginning you can't see, the end you can't see. You can only, there is only the phenomenal, there is only the absolute existence. So existence, there is absolute knowledge. It is not our the superficial, secular knowledge. Whatever is to be known is there in that realm of Satchidananda, all the knowledge. And it is absolute bliss. Because that realm is free from pairs of opposites. That realm is free from any desires. That realm is free from any attachments, likes, greed. That attachment is free from any egotism, me and my. It is only when these adjuncts, these limited adjuncts, when they start raising their head, all this confusion starts, and we start feeling, I am enjoying this, I am doing this, I am here. Who am I then? So, Sri Ramakrishna says, the real nature of the Jivatman is Satchitananda. But through egoism, he has assumed several upadhis, several limiting adjuncts, and has forgotten his real nature. That is what happens. That is the trick that the senses and the mind as the sixth, they play upon this being as such. We forget our true identity. We forget where we belong to. We forget which is our real home. And we remain satisfied with this temporary home of ours. We remain satisfied with this false ego of ours. And we remain satisfied with our association with the attachments, with the desires. And in turn, we end up experiencing the pairs of opposites, the pleasure and pain, the joy and sorrow, the honor and dishonor, and the happiness, unhappiness, all these things. And not only that, having experienced those pairs of opposites, we lose our peace of mind, we lose our real nature of the absolute bliss. So, Sri Krishna has told very categorically in this that don't think you are alien. You are absolutely part and parcel of me. That mama eva anshaha. Mamaivāṃśo jīvaloke jīvabhūtaḥ sanātanaḥ. Eternally, all the beings, they are part and parcel of me. Just because of the five senses and the mind, they feel they are so much bound with this prakriti. They are so much fixed, though so much glued to the play of prakriti. That is not the reality. So let us contemplate on this teaching of Sri Krishna and try to understand, try to realize that our real home is there. That real home which doesn't need any external illumination, which is self-luminous. Let us all aim to get to that place, to get to our the original home, to get to that supreme abode of ours, which is our rightful abode. Why it is rightful abode? Because Sri Krishna said, you are part and parcel of me. You are all my ansha. You are no separate. You are my ansha. So we have inherited, our inheritance lies there in that supreme abode. Let us all try to enter that supreme abode sometime or the other. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur Jai Ma. Jai Swami Ji.